Welcome to Fractions, Part 2B. This is B, Part 2B. Types of fractions. Now, in Part 2A, in the first Part 2, we talked about proper fractions and improper fractions. So let's quickly review. First of all, fraction has a numerator, a denominator, and a division line. The denominator tells us how many pieces are in one whole. In this case, there are 2 pieces in one whole. The numerator tells us how many pieces we're interested in. If I were to draw this fraction, 1/2, and we've done this 1,000 times, it would look like this. 2 pieces in the whole, we're interested in 1. This fraction, improper because, pardon me, and in proper fraction is always less than 1 whole. Now we have an improper fraction. Top is bigger. Numerator is bigger than a denominator. 2 pieces in the whole, but we need 3. So if we were to draw that, there are 2 pieces in the whole, but so that's 1/2 and 1/2, but we need 3 halves, so we have to draw another one. And an improper fraction is always greater than 1 whole. Okay, so now we're going to talk about 2 other types of fractions. We can have a fraction like this. Now this is a whole number and a proper fraction. And this is called a mixed number. And a mixed number, I didn't set the time, so I'll set it for 8 minutes now. Okay, it's going. So this will stay in 10 minutes. So a mixed number is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. Mixed number. Okay, so now let's take a look at mixed numbers. We'll start out with the 1 and 1/2. Now that's a mixed number. It has a whole number and a proper fraction. How would I draw that? Well, first of all, I have to say to myself, how many pieces are in the whole? Well, the denominator of the fraction tells us there are 2 pieces in the whole. And this is 1 whole. This says 1 whole, so we need this, and then I need 1 more. So 1 and 1/2. First thing I decide is how many pieces are in the whole. So I know there are 2 pieces in the whole, and this is 1 whole, so I draw 1 whole in the 2 pieces. And then I have to draw another 1 whole, but I'm only using 1 of those pieces. So that's 1 and 1/2. Let's take a look here. How about this? 2 and 1/3. Well, I have the whole number 2, and then I have the proper fraction 1/3. And if I wanted to draw that, I would say, well, I know there are 3 pieces in 1 whole. So this is 1 whole. There are 3 pieces. But I need 2 wholes. So I have to draw another one. So that's 1 whole and that's 1 whole. And then I need 1/3 of another. So I have to draw another and use 1 of that. So that's how I would draw 2 and 1/3. Let's try another one. Let's try 3 and 1/4. Now how would we draw that? Well, it's a mixed number. It has a whole number, 3. So that means there are 3 wholes and then 1/4. Well, in 1 whole, I know there is 4 pieces because that's what the denominator tells me. So that's 1 whole. That's 2 wholes. But I need 3 wholes, so I have to draw another one. Alright, so that's 3 wholes, and then I need 1/4 more. So I have to draw another whole, which has 4 pieces, and color in 1. and that would be 3 1/4. And that is a mixed number. So I'm going to put some examples up and let you work them. You can pause the what's playing and work it in your notebook and then turn it on again. So let's try this. 2 2/3. So pause and go ahead and draw that either on a piece of paper or in your notebook and then turn it back on again. Okay, let's see. Well, I know there are 3 pieces in one hole, but I need 2 holes, so I'll have to draw 2 holes. And I need all of those, so that's 2 holes, and then I need 2/3 more. And that would be 2 2/3. Good. Now, obviously, you can see that mixed numbers, like improper fractions, are always greater than 1 whole. Here we have 2 2/3. Over there we have 2 wholes and then 2/3. The mixed numbers are always greater than 1 whole. Now the final kind of fraction, and this is very simple. You know this already. There is a fraction where the numerator and the denominator are the same. And that fraction is 1 whole. Because if there are 4 pieces in the whole, and I'm interested in all 4, that's 1 whole. So anytime you have a fraction where the numerator and denominator are exactly the same, it's always 1. It's always 1 whole. I could have 1,321, 1,321s. That's always equal to 1 whole. Anytime the top and bottom are the same, it's always equal to 1 whole. Well, let's have a quick type of fraction review. Okay, so we have four different kinds of fractions we're talking about. A proper fraction, numerator is smaller than the denominator. Proper fraction, always less than 1 whole. That's 1/2. Improper fraction, numerator bigger than the denominator. This would be 3/2, 1, 2, 3/2, always greater than 1 whole. Mixed number is a whole number and a proper fraction. So there are 3 wholes here. So you would have to draw, and there's 8 in the whole. So we'd have to draw 3 of those. And then we need another 8. So that's 3 wholes and then 1/8. And then of course we know that anytime we have a fraction where the numerator and denominator are the same, that is the same as the number 1. Okay, I'm not sure if there is a worksheet that accompanies this, but if there is, please pull it up on the website and work the problems in your notebook. Thank you. Well, I finished less than 10 minutes here. That's good.